New England may not get as hot as some of the other regions of the United States, but these 6 states still have a solid collection of water parks, and for the sake of this video, some notable water slides. The parks cover all major slide genres including speed slides, tube slides, body slides, and mat slides. So in this video, I will rank the top 20 water slides in all of New England. I have visited all the major water parks in New England with one exception, and that would be Jay Peak's Pump House in Vermont. This indoor water park is home to Les Chutes, a whitewater west aqua loop. While I have not ridden this exact one, it has a good chance to place in the top 3 based on similar slides I've ridden elsewhere, as long as it rides smoothly. Number 20, Dragon's Den at Water Country. This palace staple is an enjoyable pro slide tube slide. The initial drop is long and fast. Then you have a few rotations in a bowl. The first pass is fast, then the others are slower, but they do allow you to appreciate the giant dragon statue in the center. It looks really nice. Number 19, Torrent at Quasi Splashaway Bay. This tube slide features a series of mini funnels. If you ride in a double tube, you will slide way up the walls. It feels like you'll tip backwards. The rest of the slide is mild, but those moments in the funnels make the experience. Number 18, Yankee Ripper at Aquaboggan. This is a unique racing slide. You sit on sleds, you have a fast and sizable initial plunge, then you have a long straightaway that holds the speed, then you shoot into the water. If you keep your posture correctly, you can skim across the water, which is pretty neat, or you may wipe out, which is comical, and I touch on this in a review. Number 17, Patriot at Water Country. This speed slide features a single but fast drop. It's pretty steep, but not enough to cause you to lift off the slide like some. And because it's at least a newer one, it is one of the smoother ones like it. Number 16, Tornado at Six Flags New England's Hurricane Harbor and Splashtown, USA. This is your standard pro slide funnel slide. You have a steep drop at the start. It can give a pinch of airtime, and it's especially thrilling if you go backwards. Then you rock back and forth in the giant funnel. The bottom is a bit bumpy, but you can get a pinch of weightlessness on the walls. Number 15, Venus Vortex at Lake Compounce's Crocodile Cove. This rides similarly to the Tornado rides before it, but this ride is far more picturesque, and I think the big drop is slightly better too. It also gives a pop of airtime, but it feels wilder with how the rafts are set up here. The resultant rocking is pretty tame in this one though. Number 14, Swiss Family Toboggan at Hurricane Harbor. This family raft slide is often closed due to staffing, but it is one of the best of the genre when it's open. The layout doesn't look too special off-ride, but the rafts really slide up the walls and it feels like they'll fold over at several points. Number 13, Typhoon at Hurricane Harbor. This is one of the earlier pro slide water coasters. You have some sizable drops, but they aren't steep enough to cause airtime like the newer ones. You also do not carry the same speed because the uphill bits are powered by slower conveyor belts. While weak for a water coaster, it still beats most slides out there with all those drops. Number 12, the big water slide at Yawgoo Valley. This body slide is built in a hill. It starts off slow, but halfway down you start building speed fast. There's a wild enclosed turn that throws your body and splashes you in the face, which completely disorients you. The finale takes place outdoors. You have some decent turns and then a crazy crescendo. The final turn is so abrupt that you will feel your feet go over the edge. You then wipe out into the pool immediately afterwards. Number 11, Poseidon's Plunge at Splashtown, USA. This whitewater trapdoor slide goes straight down. There are steeper ones out there, but this one does the job. You get a nice falling sensation and plenty of speed. Number 10, Storm Surge at Crocodile Cove. Renovated and reborn in 2022, this slide was plussed by some music and lighting effects. These are nice, but the slide is still all about the speed. This body slide wraps around a lighthouse, building more and more speed as you go. This leads to the final turns having good Gs for a water slide, and the constant spiral ends up being pretty dizzying by the end. Number 9, Rocket Rapids at Splashaway Bay. This pro slide water coaster is smaller than Typhoon, but it features newer technology. This one is a great first drop with some solid airtime. Then you have 3 water-propelled descents. These are faster and they get you soaked at the top. Then there are a few saucer turns to keep the pace going. I just wish there was another drop as good as the first one, but I have a whole review going into more detail. Number 8. Eye of the Storm at Whale's Tail. This body bowl slide starts with a fast plunge. You are then shot into the toilet bowl. This transition is fast, and it's a dizzying blur spinning about. Then you have that suspenseful exit. You may go out feet first, or you could flip head over heels as you drop into the pool below. It's always random. You may feel a few joints in the slide though, which is why it doesn't place a little higher. Number 7. Alberta Falls at Great Wolf Lodge, Fitchburg. This is specifically for the left side. This tube slide begins with a gradual downhill slope that builds up speed. You are then whipped around a turn and fling down a shockingly large drop. This is followed by a wild helix where you'll feel like you'll flip over. And all of this occurs in near total darkness. Number 6. Triton's Twist at Splashtown, USA. This whitewater trapdoor slide has a thrilling plunge when the floor drops out. Then you have a fast flatline turn. It pulls some good G's. Then you have another turn afterwards. It's not as intense but still fun. Just make sure to grab one of the complimentary backboards. Otherwise, you will feel the joints on this slide. Number 5. Stealth at Aquaboggan. This half-pipe slide starts with one of the scariest drops of any water slide. You have a slope going into it, so you build up some speed fast. Then, you have a very steep drop. It feels like you'll tip over. If you want a real thrill, ask to go backwards. The park allows it. You will get a glorious freefall sensation. You then rock back and forth. It's not too intense beyond that initial drop, but that first drop is amazing. Number 4. Howlin Tornado at Great Wolf Lodge, Fitchburg. This is yet another pro slide funnel slide, but this one's environment makes it far superior. You have an extended series of turns in total darkness at the start. This hides when the drop occurs. The suddenness gives a nice falling sensation plus the usual airtime pop. You then rock back and forth in a giant funnel illuminated with multicolored lights. It's a beautiful visual that really elevates the ride experience. Number 3. Wolf Tail at Great Wolf Lodge, Fitchburg. This trapdoor slide is a rush. You do have a countdown, but the drop is still a thrill. The initial plunge is steeper than the aforementioned ones at Splashtown, so you get a much better falling sensation. You then have a smooth and fast downward spiral with some nice force to it. Number 2. Poseidon's Voyage at Whale's Tail. This is a bigger and wilder version of Wolf Tail. Sometimes the employees will mess with the countdown, and they even have pounded on the glass door in the past. The initial plunge is very steep and long, so you will feel yourself lift off the slide along with the free-falling sensation. Then the subsequent turn is very fast, forceful, and smooth. And coming in number 1 is Banzai Pipeline at Whale's Tail. This half-pipe slide does everything you could want from the genre. It's a more complete ride than the ones earlier up on the list. After a mild set of turns at the start, you have a big drop with a pop of airtime. Then there's this giant wall. This one is freakier than the earlier ones because there's no edge to it, so it genuinely looks like you'll fly off. And then you get some weightlessness too. Then you have a speed hill on the way to the splashdown pool. You will feel the whole tube pop off the slide, and that's extra cool because you may be spinning as well. I have an entire review going into why this is New England's best water slide if you want to hear more. So those are the top 20 water slides in all of New England. Which one is your favorite? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this countdown, I would appreciate it if you gave this video a like, and you considered subscribing, because there'll be a lot more roller coaster and amusement park videos here at Canopy Coaster. Thanks for watching.